Guys,
Yeah.
this woman is trending. Let me just show you a quick image on the screen and then you see what
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Is that truth? Yes. You. Yes. Is that truth? I took you. Yes. And
you made your mommy famous. Hey!
just crying in the room. When they ask me any question, I'm just crying because I felt like I have come this far. Like it's been so like 3 years of no work, nothing. And this is the crossroad. Like
Stop that.
hope you are doing well. Mrs. P.
Who is
How may
that?
I help you, Mrs. P? My £1.50 did not come.
It will come. Send me your source code and your whatever. It's okay. Oh, Dr. Bote, I know how stressful the UK is with motherhood and work and everything. I appreciate that you had time for me. Why? Thank you.
Oh,
I've been seeing you on Facebook and on our class pages, and I've just been admiring you from afar. But today, I said that let me bring you here. Guys, meet a dear friend. This is Loretta Botele Bote. That's what I've always known her to be. But apparently now she's Dr. Bote Kubati or whatever. I don't know how to pronounce it.
yeah, Dr. Bote Kubati.
Kubati. Okay.
Yes.
And she is a dear friend from St. Rosie's Senior High School back in Ghana. That's where she was as well. That's where we met. I think we were in every class together. We were in 1FR till and
2C,
2C, 3C, 4C. So I spent almost every day in senior high school with her. Wow. And we have a lot of history, but today it's not for today.
Yeah.
Guys, this woman is trending. Let me just show you a quick image on the screen and then you see why she's trending. Guys, and let me also show you a video of why this lady is trending. She has shocked me. When I saw it, I opened my mouth. But I'm like, you people don't know her. She can do this. Hey, but this lady here in the UK for her PhD presentation, she carried her baby African style at the back. That's even now people in Africa they've stopped doing. No, she carried the baby at her back to go and do the presentation. And on top of it all, she had an award for it. Bulls again. Tell us before we even start. Just briefly introduce yourself. I'm just too excited. That's why I've been talking. Briefly introduce.
Okay. So my name is Dr. Loretta Bote Kubate. And currently, I'm a researcher and a postdoctoral researcher actually at Birmingham City University. And also, I specialize in AI and machine learning. So I use AI and machine learning algorithms to create safer spaces for highway traffic officers. That's my job now, basically. So, yeah, that's what my PhD was also in or about. And I recently finished my PhD and got awarded. So, yes.
What I didn't know what you were doing, though. Sister Christina, come and see the girl.
Hey, you have to go there.
No, briefly, fast forward. After high school, what happened to you? Because me at the high school, I didn't know like what happened to you, and then how how do you end up like this? Like what happened?
I know. How did I end up here? After high school, I was in KNUST. Yes, I was normally in the political scene. So in KNUST, like lots of people still got to hear of me or hear about me in KNUST. So
I know that you used to do debates for KNUST.
Yes, so I was in the debate team also. I used to travel with the debate team most often. So it's actually been years and years of public speaking and debating, and all those things contributed to like my confidence in knowing who I am and all that. So yeah, after university, I actually did computer science in the university. I was always hanging out with the debaters also in the political class in KNUST. So most people thought I was kind of doing maybe social sciences or economics or something. But anytime I said I was doing computer science, people are like, "Oh, are you sure?" But I had some mentors. Mauli Kobina, he used to be a TA back in KNUST, but he was like my big brother also. So anytime I said I'm leaving computer science, he's like, "No, yeah, stay, you can do it." And he would like literally hold my hands through everything I am struggling with. So at the beginning of my course in computer science, I used to cry a lot because I knew I wasn't a daft student. Like, at least I will get what they are saying, but I didn't get anything on an L. Like, Nothing. I'll go and sit in the class. They'll be teaching C++, and I'll be in the class, and I'll be so lost. And after that, on Mecca Road to Africa Hall, that will be my TS journey. I call that my TS journey. I'll cry because I didn't understand what they were teaching. Or what. So in second year, we came to do Java instead of C++. And then I had some friends, Miriam Godwin, they would take me to, we had a study group, they would take me to, and then debates came in. And I'll have to travel with the debate team, and I won't write the exam. And when I come back, I would have to come and write the exam all alone. So Maoli would sit me down, take me through it. So Java became understandable to me. So I applied Java to C++. It became quite manageable. And then luckily my CWA started growing. So anytime from first year to final year, anytime my colleagues would go and look at their CWA and be like, Ish, I'm dropping. Me, I had dropped in first year. So it's like he that is down is fear no fall. But it kept growing. And by God's grace, I think if I had put in a little push, I could have made it back to maybe first class, but I made it upper because I was so much engrossed in debate and
stuff.
Debate and politics.
I think debate has always been your heart. Guys,
SHS.
From SHS, this girl will get it. Even if not for you people, I didn't even know what a thesaurus was. You people didn't know what it was. These people get a thesaurus and then they'll be looking for words, and then it's always been your passion. And people think that I'm a good speaker, but I feel very intimidated sometimes when I'm called to speak, and I'm very, very shy. Like recently, I was invited by our trust to come, like the NHS trust that I work with, come and speak for like a migrant community. Do you know I didn't go? But today, you see, when it is just me and the camera, it's easy. People think that, because of how I act on the screen, but like I don't have the kind of confidence that you people have. So
so that's what you actually get wrong.
Really,
the confidence, it is like Takashi.
Hey,
trust me, the best.
I will stammer, like it won't come like the way, like when it's a video. When I finish, I cut down all the errors. People think, she's fluent. She's not actually.
No, it happens actually. Everybody have their nervous time, even when they are speaking. Even it happens to the best of speakers all the time.
Yeah.
But then it's just something that you like grow with. And to think that I nearly didn't go back to debating because of my troubles in SHS, because I'd been so passionate about debate, it had gotten me into trouble. And then when I got to uni, I'm like, no, I'm not going to do debate again. But then I had a friend who kept like, no, you are going to do debate, and kept pushing me. And debate became like the foundation to where I am today.
And it has brought you so much greatness in this
life. Like
I don't even want to come out on that, but let me briefly talk about the issue. So guys, this dear friend of mine here, Loretta, like I said, we're in senior high school together. In my year group in our school, we went to St. Rose's. There was a time that our year group, we were just not happy with the way the teachers and then the authorities were treating us, especially because it was getting very close to our WASI, and we're just not happy with the treatment and all of that. So as a debater, what will she do? She will write. Abby, as somebody who likes to write, who likes to talk, she'll write her thoughts and her pains and her concerns on paper. So the whole class, we're happy that, let's write something and paste it on the school notice board or whatever, something like that, right? But the people who actually penned the thoughts of the whole class, in fact, the whole year group together, was Dr. Bote Kabute Kubati and another dear friend of ours, Sylvia. Maybe one.
She's also a doctor.
She's also a doctor now in the US. Hey, and then guys, this thing we pasted it on the notice board, and I don't know even how to say it. It was the beginning of a lot of trauma for the whole year group, especially our class, and most especially Loretta. You see here on the screen today. And this other lady, Sylvia.
Yeah.
Guys, they were treated so unfairly. Some few weeks to our WASI, these guys were suspended from the school. The rest of us, they invited everyone's parents to come. Guys, it was nothing for them to go through that pain.
An article.
That's an article that they wrote regarding
concern.
You people should even be happy with the eloquence they used to write it. But in Ghana, you can't watch it. If you don't understand, if you are a Nigerian watching, you don't understand, can't watch it. Go and ask your Ghanaian friend. And guys, they suffered. They suffered. The rest of us were punished. As for you people, it was the worst of the punishments I could ever think of. And the rest of us that were part of the class as well, they made us to go and carry. What were we even carrying? Was it sand or what?
Yeah.
We were carrying sand, and as our punishment, they invited our parents over. It was just too much. And you
I
know what?
preferred my punishment though to what you guys had.
And you know what God did? Those two people who were treated so unfairly, the heights they have reached now, including Dr. Loretta, but you're saying I can't pronounce it, and Dr. Sylvia. Loretta, I'm so happy for you. You just did that. And I know that now, maybe they'll watch one of them will watch this video. And I know that they'll be ashamed of what they did. And maybe one day they'll even come and apologize. Maybe one day they'll even come and apologize for what they did. And aside that, our year group, our performance in the WASI was also one of the best in the school's history. After all that they did to us. Anyway.
It's God's way of motivating us. So let's see it that way.
It's God's will. Now, you came to the UK after your computer science course in KNUST, whilst you were still doing your debates and representing KNUST in debates. What happened after school? How did you end up in the UK?
That's another story, actually. After school, I did my national service with Newmont. I got like a contract. I signed a contract, everything. I was going to start working with Newmont. And then I got the bad news that like they had frozen employment, so I was not going to go back. So that was where all the hell started. So I had to virtually like leave the house. I was like, if I was a boy, my friends are boys, they're hustling out there. If I was a boy, I would be hustling with them. But it's like because I'm a girl, I have to be in my father's house and all that. So I called my friend, and like for me, all my friends are also boys. That's the problem also. So I didn't have like any girl I could go stay with. So I called my friend. I told him things were not so good. So I really needed to leave the house. He was not in some big apartment or anything, but he was like, no problem, come. Some of the boys are still here. And I'm like, yeah, like back in uni.
You were like a boys.
I used to actually live with them. So it was not so abstract for me. It was something that it was like a continuous process from uni.
So you went to live with them.
I went to live with them. So I was virtually living with 6 boys in the same room at a point. Yeah, I was actually living with them, and it was like so nice actually, because I was their little sister, and who was not working. And
they will cook. They'll let you cook for them and do the cleaning and all.
There was even nothing. Like there was even no utensils at home for them to say I should cook. Cleaning fine, yeah, but there was even no. They will go out, buy food, come, we all eat together. We would all sit together. When we are hungry, we are all hungry together. Now some of them are sitting on boards and things, so it's all part of the process. And I give glory to God. But yeah, it was at that point in time. One night, like I woke up and these boys like were actually praying, and they were praying for me. So I joined in the prayer, and they were actually praying. It was like one of the turning points in my life. Only for me to realize that like a week later, I got a call to attend a scholarship interview. Yes, and then they actually wrote my scholarship, should I say article, or my everything about my scholarship. Yeah, the statement, everything. They actually handled it, application, everything. They handled it for me. And they pushed me. They did mock interviews with me, what I was going to say, everything. And then when I got to the scholarship room, I couldn't even talk. Me, Loretta, I couldn't even talk. I was so filled with sorrow and tears that I was just crying in the room. When they asked me any question, I'm just crying because I felt like I have come this far. Like it's been so like 3 years of no work, nothing. And this is the crossroad. Like this is a do or die affair. And I'm here. So I was just so overwhelmed. But by God's grace, for some reason, I actually got the scholarship.
Wow. What scholarship was it? Was it
Commonwealth? No, it was a Get Fund scholarship.
Okay.
Yeah. So I got a scholarship to go and do big data technologies in Glasgow Caledonian University.
Okay.
So I was in Glasgow for a year. And after Glasgow, I applied for the PhD. So I didn't think I'd get it, but it was the last day of application. I just put in my application. They called me for an interview. And then during the interview, they asked me to give a presentation. And during the presentation, I told them, um,
They don't know that that's your field, eh? Hey.
so so I was like, okay, so you probably might not know who you're talking to at this moment, but there's a huge probability that I'm going to be the next president of Ghana and probably the first female president of Ghana.
Wow.
And you here could have the bragging right to say you were
Look
my
at her.
supervisors.
Look at her.
You were my supervisors. So I think it's a good proposition that you take it and supervise a very viable candidate for
Wow. You've got some balls, eh?
and they were so like dumbfounded.
Impressed.
They were laughing and it's something my supervisor still says up to today because it's like Loretta, no. At any time he sees anyone or anyone comes to talk to her, he says, "Oh, she's the next president of Ghana. She's the next yeah."
Wow.
And that's how I got the PhD, and I started doing the PhD. So during the PhD, I started as a single girl, but then in my second year, I got married, and then in my third year, I got pregnant and gave birth. But then the only thing was in the contract for my PhD, I was supposed to get 6 months maternity leave. But unfortunately, as an international student, if I should take the leave, I have to return to Ghana. My visa is cancelled for 6 months. If I want to come back, then I'll reapply and pay for the visa again, and I have to take everything back home with me. But my husband was working here also, so it means he would also have to up and leave, which was virtually impossible. So I had to go with the no leave policy. So I didn't have leave after PhD, but thanks to my supervisor, who was so reasonable and a father to me, he told me, okay, what we are going to do is you are still entitled to sick leave. So you could take a sick leave and add your normal leave to it. And it just didn't have to be over 40 days. So I just had to take the 40 days leave and then use that to sort myself out. So that's what I did. And yeah, little by little, I was managing with my husband. So we were just running shifts. If I have to go to work, he takes care of baby. If he has to go to work, yeah. So it's just basically what happens in the UK. Like,
yeah,
if you don't have
what happened for you to carry the baby at your back today?
Yeah, so that's where I'm coming to. So basically, that was how it was. We're running shit, but that it was like I've seen some blogs say it was my defense. It wasn't my defense. It was a competition. It was yes, it was a thesis pitch competition. So everybody like doing PhD comes to pitch their thesis to about 8 panel of judges, and it's like the highlight for an entire week of festival that was going on. So that was like the day for PhD students. So we had planned that he had an exam at 10.
That's your husband?
Yes, my husband. And the pitch was supposed to start at 12:30, and I was supposed to finish and then go. He finishes, then I give him baby, and then I go. Hey. But unfortunately, the pitch was brought back to 10 also. So same time as his exam. And it was done like a day before. Let me see. I think some people are like, it's settings. How can she just carry the child to
a PhD thesis competition?
Yes. Yeah, I've seen. Okay.
How old is baby?
Oh, he's almost 2 now. And yeah, this actually happened last year. Just that I wasn't comfortable enough to share it because
so it's not news. It's not news.
No, it actually happened last year.
Okay.
During the competition. But I came to share the award. I shared the award.
You had to go through to get that.
But I didn't share that part because I really wasn't comfortable with what people might say. Do you get it? Because social media is a slippery slope. Yeah. So I just got comfortable to actually bring it out that this is what.
So now your time to deliver your PhD thesis pitch for the competition collided with that of your husband's exam. And obviously, for him, it's an exam. He can't take the
an exam. I was like, mine is a competition. It has no impact. If they allow me to do it, fine. If they allow me to go with baby, that's okay. If not, I'll just leave. But I knew if they should give me the chance to participate, I'm going to win it. Because the truth of the matter is I'd won 2 previous awards
Wow.
one with National Highways for best PhD thesis pitch, actually. In fact, two with National Highways and another one at a conference. So I had already won awards for
Okay.
my project. And I knew that if I was given the chance, I would win it. But if I couldn't go, I probably, yeah, I wouldn't win it.
Was there nobody in the audience who could just babysit baby for just, I don't know how long your speech took?
He
Maybe
was
two.
not asleep, so that would have been because he's not comfortable with strangers, and I also do not know anybody there.
Mm.
Like I can't leave my baby for just anybody.
What was their reception like? How did they, when you said
I
I have
had told them previously I was canceling that I wasn't gonna come,
okay,
but they encouraged me to come. So when they
okay,
saw me with baby, they were like, "Okay, that's fine. If you can do it that way, that's okay." Yes,
wow.
because I sent them an email. That's the email I was actually looking for.
Don't worry, when you find it, you can send it to me. I'll put it on the screen. I'll just
Sure.
put it.
I sent them an email. I was canceling. I couldn't come because they had already communicated to me that this is the issue, and now
Yeah.
they are changing it. So I couldn't come. And they said if I could come, they'll make a way for me. So I should. I had an accident at school when I was 7 years old. My grandmother was used to sell cloth. She carried the cloth on her head. My mom, they couldn't reach her. They couldn't reach anyone because there was no mobile phones at the time. So they had to go home with me. My mom was not around. But one person went to my grandmother's place wasn't so far from my school. So they went to call my grandma. And luckily for me, she was now on her way to Tema Harbor to go and sell. She carried a cloth on her head, carried me at her back. 7 years. I was very heavy. She carried me at her back and took me to Tema Harbor to go and sell and brought me back later. And that's something that has been imprinted in my mind for a very long time. I always remember that incident. So I'm like, I'm Ghanaian. This thing, people carry their kids all the time to sell plantain, to sell in the market. It happens all the time. It's just that this place, they don't do it. So it's like, but that was my only option at the point.
But they not say, ha, ha.
Yeah, people came to me like, won't he fall? Like, I think at a point in time when I was in my elements presenting,
Uh-huh.
I swung like at a point. And then they were like, they all thought he would fall. And I'm like, oh, no, no, he's not going to fall. Like, how I've tied it is just a skill. He will not fall. So that's okay. But
Wow.
I think people they had not seen that
Something like
before.
that. They've probably
But
only seen it in movies or in documentaries and stuff.
yes, yes, but that did was not the reason I won actually, because
Okay.
my speech and my presentation was a solid one. What people don't know is I tried that same competition the previous year and I didn't win.
Okay.
And I went to the judges, asked them what I could have changed,
Okay. Okay.
and they told me what I could have changed, what they were looking for. I spoke to my other supervisor, and he said, teach them like 6-year-olds. That was the turning point of
Okay.
my speech. And that speech had won different kind of awards. So I knew I was going to win. If I was given the chance, I would win. But this was like some form of an add-on or something. Yes, yeah, is that truth? Yes, yes, is that truth? I took you, yes. And
Hey, baby, you made your mommy famous. Hey.
and that was how it happened. But even after I finished the presentation, I had people coming up to me and saying, wow, that was like a great pitch. If I was an investor, I would invest. And
Wow.
this is like AI,
Mm.
breaking AI down or machine learning down to 6-year-olds, people who do not know about it, and making them like easily having that feeling of, oh, it could work for me was
Mm.
the magic.
Mm.
So I'm doing AI for highway traffic officers, right? So it's supposed to be a software that's going to help them predict accidents before the accidents happen.
Oh,
So I go like, okay, so hi daddy, I want Big Mac when I'm coming back. And this was the last words of a little girl to her father,
okay.
little Amy. If only she knew her father was not going to bring back her Big Mac
The big
because
man.
he was going to have an accident on the road that day. But what
Oh,
if I told you this was predictable and preventable? And this is where my project is. And
wow.
then what could have changed if with this project at the end I said, okay, with this project, little Amy would not just have her big mark, she would have met
Yes.
her father, yes, and her father would have gone back to her home safe and sound. And like the connection, it has been years of training in public speaking for me. I've attended public.
You know which point to, how do I say it? To get our emotions, to evoke our
It's
emotions.
either emotion or you evoke their sense of humor. So
Humor.
it's either you are getting them to laugh or you are getting them to cry. Choose one.
Right.
That's it. And I got them to cry and get to see the importance of my.
I'll come for coaching. Do you do?
They are always welcome.
I don't know why you don't have a YouTube channel. You should start something.
Yeah.
We've been busy. It's
It's
not
not
easy.
even about the time. It's just me and social media. I just feel like it gives people the chance to have a
Breathe.
say in my life. Yeah, that's it.
Wow. So, what can the rest of us learn from this? In
You
fact,
know, I kept, when I gave birth, the challenges I had to go through to finish my PhD. It's one thing I said to myself that I'll not make this journey of motherhood the reason I don't attain my goals, because I don't want to ever tell my son that if it wasn't for you, I would have been a doctor. If it wasn't for you, I would have
Loretta,
done
you
this.
are speaking to my soul.
So, and that's one thing that I have said. So I said, by God's grace, He has given me a supportive husband. So I just have to make the most out of every time that I get, especially for us immigrants living in UK or US. It's very hard. I won't say it's easy. It's very, very hard. But one thing I've noticed or I've learned is that there's no success story that wasn't hard. The harder it is, you need to find a way. If your back is like against the wall, if you can go through the wall, go through the wall, even when your back is against the wall. Because that's where the entire story comes from. And when we get that opportunity, we need to use every opportunity to glorify God. Because God knew the reason he brought you to that place. So if you get a chance and there's a story for you to glorify God, take it and use it. And as a mother, take it and make your kids know that there's a reason they have to keep going. Some people are saying my son should also get the title doctor because he was,
The
yeah,
youngest person to be on that stage in history.
yeah,
You
yeah.
know, apply for Guinness Book of Record.
Yeah, but I had taken him to all my meetings, my supervisory meetings in school when my husband had to go to work and I was there alone. Sometimes when I had to teach, I have to take him, and sometimes my colleague would take care of him whilst I teach, and then when I'm done. And that's why I said, and this is how I showed up with my son every day till I got the title doctor. When I can, I will take him. Just that it's not, and by God's grace, he's actually a very good boy. He doesn't cry a lot. No, he doesn't. He's actually very calm. And we can be in the
I'm just
plane.
imagining what you'd have done if they were twins. One will be here, one will be there, and then
Oh yeah, probably. Probably I'll put one here, put one at the back, and then because I was very determined to do that competition. I really wanted to win it actually. Because I had won one with my sponsors and I wanted to win one with my school too. And that's like a very huge testament. Best PhD thesis. That's like a bragging right for me. I could say I didn't just do my PhD, I got the best award. Do you get it? So I really wanted to do it. And
I am so proud of you. Hey,
thank you, Nana.
Papa.
Thank you. Nana. Oh,
Guys,
but what, yeah, what's that?
hello. She's
And
not
what's that?
like that. That she's doing wonders like that. What do you say?
What, yeah, what's that? What do you say?
No,
Person
but
be a good man.
no, from KUSC, from KUSC when you were doing the debates and I'm like, hey, this girl, okay. And then fast forward UK, you're doing this. I'm like, hey, this girl, wow, you done so well.
Yeah.
I'm so proud of you. And
Yes.
honestly, yeah, you've said something today that has really touched my heart. There's so many opportunities that have come into my life, Loretta, that I've just let it go because of my son. So many, especially when it involves me traveling to London. And then I'm looking at childcare, I'm looking at my husband's rota, and then I'm like, no, I now have to book a flight. Who am I? I said, no, let it go. And I feel like some of these ones, they could have actually had a huge impact in my life. But I've just let it go. It could have been a stepping stone to much greatness in my life. And I just let it go. But what you have said now, that part where you said that you don't want your son to grow up for you to say that if not for you, I would have been a doctor. Like, that is really huge. The child is not going to hear that. So why don't I do my best? Even with a child, still trying to achieve my goals, regardless of what's happening. I get that, and I'm so grateful. Thank you so much for coming. God bless you.
Thank you too.
I'll invite you. I know you're busy, but I'll let you come back and probably share more about the AI thing for those who want to go into that in the UK. Now, you guys are the hot cake. You know that.
I know, right? That's what they say. We are the hot cake, but I think it's true because
that's what it is.
Yeah, I think it's true. It's very hot now.
Very, very hot. So maybe you come back and then you share. I can't wait to edit this video and share it to the Prince Rose's group for everybody to know what you've been up to and for them to remember their minds back.
It's God's way. It's God's way of telling them you are not me.
I hope somebody sends this to Sister Sheila and all of that, those who to disgrace them.
And Uncle Paul, yes, I called you out.
He was smart, eh? Hey, you not forgot him.
He told me that I have spoiled my future. You know, I have never said that. At the gate when I was virtually going home, you have spoiled your future. This will follow you for the rest of your life. I'm gone.
See, do you know what I've see? Sometimes, these adults in Ghana, sometimes they can say very hurtful stuff that you should not even let it get to you. And I'm telling every young person watching us, do you know that? Like this thing that you are saying, it could have been in your heart and in your mind, and it could have affected you so bad. But they should come and see where you are now. Do you know that there was a time that my little cousin was in St. Louis, and we went to visit this little cousin of mine, and I saw, St. Louis is a Catholic school, and I saw Reverend fathers in socks, right, trying to puncture a boy's car tie. The boy was from, I did a video on this when it happened on my Snapchat. This was many years ago. I had not even come to the UK then. Loretta, the only thing is that the boy is in OWAS and he's coming to visit the girlfriend, right? And then the fathers have seen him, and instead of just letting him go, they embarrassed him. They picked him and they have to puncture his car tie. I'm like, this can even be to accident. So I was videoing them, and they saw me because it was visiting time. So other parents, everybody was there. So I saw the fathers doing that, and I videoed. Then they came to me that I should delete. I'm not going to delete it. If they know that, and they were wearing their white cassock. You know that what you're doing is right. Why are you afraid that I should delete it? Some of the parents came to intervene that I'm a young girl. I shouldn't talk to a Reverend father like that. I'm like, no, what you're doing is wrong. Just ask the boy to go. Don't puncture his car tie. And apparently the guy's father was a politician at that time. The guy's father was whether they were scared. So fast forward, the thing died out. I deleted the evidence. I went back. Then my cousin came to tell me that the next morning they had assembly, and the father said in front of the whole school that girl whose sister was I'll be miserable for the rest of my life. And they are come and see me now.
Look at me now.
I'm like, can you imagine? You are doing, sometimes they use their position, their age, and whatever to what's the word?
Man is so good. Man is so good.
Right, so thank you so much. I'll not waste your time. How can somebody reach you if they want to reach you? Maybe you
I'm on Facebook. Dr. Loretta kubati on Facebook.